Hello, Jestro here, back with another video, and today I'm going to be expressing my thoughts on the LEGO Nexo Knights sets that were revealed at New York Comic Con today. Now, they revealed two sets, a whole bunch of minifigures. Basically what they say is the whole wave for 2016, but I'm a little bit skeptical about that, for the whole first wave, I mean. And also they revealed clips and stuff from the TV show as well. So we're going to be taking a look at all that in this one video. I'm using pictures from Kotaku, the Toy Arc, which I've asked for the permission before, and I'm using pictures from TV Insider and IGN and from LEGO themselves. So you can see a link to all those in the description below. But without further ado, let's get into this theme. So first, I want to take a look at the minifigure pictures that LEGO officially released. Then I'll take a look at the pictures of the sets they officially released, and then we'll take a look at Toy Arc's coverage of the stuff. So right here, we got two minifigures. We got the main villain of the theme, at least for this first wave, and his name's Jestro. Now, this guy is really cool looking in his minifigure. He's an evil jester, and they say, I don't want to get too much into the story because I'd rather, wait until the TV show comes out. And basically, they say that he stole the book, and he basically the king's jester gone evil. Now, he looks pretty darn cool. I really love how he came out. My only complaint about him is in the TV show, his two little jester kind of, you see the little kind of, I like to say jester horns, but that's not the right term, the little parts that connect to the little two balls right there. Those are facing down on the official minifigure while they face up in the official show, and in the show it doesn't look like they have those little jingle balls right there. So that's kind of weird that they didn't make a new mold for that altogether when they made so many new molds in this theme already. But the set that he comes in that they showed today was Jestro's Evil Mobile. That's literally what it's called, and I think that's a really awesome name because it's just a really funny name. But the second minifigure we gotta look at is Clay, and this guy is, this is Clay, right? Yeah. He is the main hero, it looks like, of the series. Kind of like, I guess you could say Kai's the main kind of hero in Ninjago. I don't know. But he's a blue knight, and dang, for all these knights, they made new visors and everything. They really went all out with these minifigures. It's like basically what Chima should have been, because my problem with Chima was that, there's so much wrong. The builds were bad, and in my opinion, I didn't like the builds. And the minifigures, I wish they wouldn't have went that animal route and they would have just done human minifigures. I'm glad with this, they're doing human minifigures and they're making all these new molds that fit with these humans, which is really cool. So yeah, this guy has this new shoulder pad piece, which looks cool, or it might be I'm pretty sure it's a new one. And the new visor piece up there and the helmet, which looks great, and all this nice printing. So for the next two minifigures we'll take a look at are Macy, who's the main female of the show, and also we got Axel, who is this big guy for you, and he has this this cool, very cool. I like how they did this. It's his body. What they did was they made this new kind of molding for robots, and I'm not sure this is the same for Axel, but it's new little arm molds right there, which look really cool. The only downside is it doesn't look like the hands are able to turn 360 degrees, so you just kind of have to hold the weapon up like that. But he's a really huge minifigure, which is cool, and it gives hope that they might do that for some other type of minifigures throughout different lines. I don't know. Not this mold in particular, but it's cool how they have a minifigure who's bigger than others, but not necessarily a big fig. Then his visor, which is another new mold, has these little horns on it, which looks awesome. In his face, he has a little tooth popping out. So honestly, I like him more than I like Macy, but Macy's still really cool. I like how she's missing a little tooth right there. That's a nice little detail, and the red on her looks fine. So it also looks like she's using the same shoulder pad that Clay is using. So that's quite interesting, something to know. And for the other two knights, they're also using the same shoulder pads that they were using. So we got the green knight, which, let me check, is Aaron. And I like that helmet mold. I think, is that the same one that Clay was using? I don't know. It just looks like a new mold altogether for the helmet. I might be wrong, but that looks really cool. And I like how he has a little wolf symbol on there. Is this a reference to wolf pack? I don't know, but that's kind of neat. And I like the green color the most out of all of them, because I don't know, I like it when they do green minifigures. Like, I like the green spaceman from the exosuit, and I like the green Galaxy Squad stuff. I think green is a really cool color on minifigures. And honestly, my least favorite is of all the knights is Lance, this white knight right here. White knight. He just doesn't, I don't know. He has the white helmet right there, but I don't know. It doesn't seem. Maybe I don't know. I feel like he might be, along with the green guy, one of the ones that are pushed to the side. And this last guy right here is one of the robots that's found in the theme. And basically, the theme, this land, it looks like I haven't looked too much into the videos, but this land's inhabited by robots as well who help around. And you could see that's what I'm talking about. How they have this new kind of arm mold. What it even looks like is maybe the middle piece is a brick piece. I don't know. I want to see how that's all kind of made. How that constructs. But the face right there, I mean, it's okay. I would have preferred if they were actually humans, but I guess robots kind of they might have a deeper lore to it or whatever. So we'll have to see how that turns out. And then I got this picture right here, which is kind of like an overhead view of some of the minifigures found in the sets. You can see once again we got those knights. So we got Axel right there in the middle, and he has this nice little axe right here, which is really cool, using that trans yellow. And you can see that overhead view on him, which looks really neat. And it does look like he's using the same new helmet mold that Clay is using and that Aaron is using. And what's interesting to note about Clay is that the promotional pictures show him with this new hairpiece, but none of the sets from the first wave seem to have that new hairpiece. So that's kind of interesting to note. Also, you can see on the side, we got Aaron, the Green Knight, and he has what looks to be the bowcaster piece, but it looks like it at first, but it doesn't look, it looks like a totally new mold. I'm kind of interested because the middle, you would think that would be a stud shooter, but it looks like it's shooting something else in the middle right there, like a little ball or something like that. So really interested to see if that's the new flick and fire technique or whatever. But I don't know. It may just be a stud. It may just be the image or whatever. But that's a really cool combination, and I really like how these shields came out. They're really cool molds. And then you got this guy on the side who was the White Knight, and I'm still looking back and forth with their names. So that guy's Lance. I'm getting more and more familiar with them, and I like his little robo horse he has right there to go jousting with. On the top, you can see that's the big book, which that book piece is this new mold it's like the main book that Jestro steals to bring chaos to the world of Nexo Knights. And it looks like to the side of it, the shield piece is the front of the shield is a separate piece from the back of the shield with the handle. So that's quite interesting to note. And each of them have these different little signs, which is pretty cool. So that's it for the official pictures of the minifigures. So now let's take a look at the official pictures of the sets. And so the first one is Jestro's Evil Mobile. That guy on the front, that big figure right there, he looks like freaking like a Balrog or something like that from Lord of the Rings. So that's quite interesting. And that's going to please Lord of the Rings fans who, they never made a minifigure based on that guy. So that's quite cool. And then his little Evil Mobile right here is, it's not really an interesting, it's not like, I don't know. I like it more than like majority of the Chima vehicles. Excuse me, let me get a drink. But I still don't like it when they have these compact vehicles with these big wheels. I don't know. It does kind of harken a little bit to Chima, but it also seems like a mix of like the Troll. I think it was like the Troll Battle Wagon or something from 2008 from Castle, which that was kind of cool. But this is the worst part about this set, in my opinion, is it's a $60 set. And it only comes with two minifigures, and then you got that kind of big construction figure on the front. So I kind of wish this was a cheaper set because it doesn't look like there's too much going on. But that's quite interesting. And I'm pretty sure Jestro comes in other sets than this one, but I'm not entirely sure about that. And so, yeah, that's that. And that's the one where you get Lance's little robot horse, which is a pretty cool build. But actually, I'm more impressed with this big Fortress. This is the big castle they used to move around with. Now, this one, when I first saw preliminaries, I was like, oh, this is kind of lame. But now that I have the final pictures here, honestly, it looks pretty darn cool. It's $100, and it actually comes with 1,100 pieces, which is a really good price per piece ratio for like a first wave sort of Big Bang theme. And you get a whole bunch of minifigures here. You get, let me see if I remember their names. You get Aaron, who's a Green Knight. Clay, who's a Blue Knight. What's the Orange Knight's name? Axel. That's it, Axel. All right, so you see, I'm learning. And then you get some of these little evil guys, which they're like these little evil minions, and they're like a new mold, and they look really adorable. I actually like how they came out. So you get two of those guys, and then you get this really cool kind of evil minifigure on the left right there. We'll take a better look at him with Tork Photos. And then you have a little robot chef who looks adorable as well. And you kind of see the side on how those arm pieces work a little bit. It's quite interesting. I still want to see more of that once the set waves or once these sets are officially released. But the Fortress itself looks pretty darn cool. I like the blue color to it. And it looks like a pretty full sort of castle. And they use this to transport around. And I like vehicles that move with stuff inside them. And you get a better look at this in some of the Tork photos, so we'll take a look at that later. But I like the use of blue in this theme, and I like the translucent orange. I think that's actually really cool. So now let's take a look at Tork's photos, all right? So I want to take a look at this photo right here where they have the Fortress backside. It looks a little bit vacant there, honestly, and I wish there's more, or I hope there's more stuff in there, because we still haven't seen too much of it. I wish it was like a full-on castle in terms of stuff inside, like staircases and stuff like that. But there is a second level, which gets me hoping that there's like a staircase or whatever. So I'm looking to probably buying that, but we'll have to wait and see. And I do like the tracks on it, actually. That it makes this castle stand out from others. And yeah. And then here's the lineup from the toy arc of all the good guy minifigures for the first line of sets, or the first wave of sets. And you could see some that we have seen, like the main knights, but also you got this guy, this little short kid right here, which I know comes in one of the $10 sets, and it looks like he has Luke's hair in kind of like a orange color, which is really interesting to me. I like that hairpiece. I'm glad it's coming in another color other than Luke's hair color. Then you got this little girl right here who has Spooky Girl's hair in brown, which that's awesome to get that hairpiece in another color. And she comes with like a little printed tile with a game, which looks awesome. So that's a minifigure I'm going to want. I don't think she comes in a $10 set, but I'm really interested in what other set she comes in, or what set she comes in. And then you got the king right here, and he uses the series 13 king's headpiece or whatever in a orange hair color, which is quite interesting. And I'm curious to see what set he comes in, because I'm not sure off the top of my head. This probably was in the preliminaries, but I didn't look at those too much. And then we got what looks to be a queen. She's all right. I wish her hairpiece was something new and unique, because it just looks like the old princess hairpiece. But maybe I'm wrong, because it looks a little bit unfamiliar. I don't know. I might be wrong. And then you got these these two knights right here, which look to be just generic Nexo Knights or whatever. And they have some older pieces in this nice blue color, which looks awesome. I like how that came out. And then you got that chef right there, which you could see how he kind of works out, which that's a closer look at him, and he has a nice mustache. And then here's the promotional posters for them. You could see Macy without her helmet, which she has a new hairpiece, it looks like. And then you could see Aaron, who's the green one. He has that hairpiece with the little headphones, which I wish I would have chose a different hair color, honestly, because we already have that in that color. But actually, wait, we don't have it with silver headphones, so that's actually kind of neat. And then we got Clay, and Clay is that's that hairpiece I'm talking about, that promotional hairpiece, and I hope they release that soon enough. I'm guessing it will be in like the summer wave or something. Then for the evil guys, you can kind of see right here, Jestro's right at the end. We already saw him, but you got this other guy right here with looks like two little chain bowls. This guy with a mohawk who looks really interesting. This guy with a helmet. Then you have the guy with the helmet in the middle with the kind of, I guess, Viking-like helmet with the horns pointing out on the side. That guy's awesome. And then the guy to the right of him, who's like all black, and he has this kind of like lava printing on him. What an awesome looking minifigure. Gosh darn. And they even used those little big berserker hands, as I call them, which we've gotten in like gray and stuff like that before. They use that in a brown color, which looks cool. Then they used the Gundabad, I believe that's how you pronounce it, 2013 Desolation of Smog little armor piece on him. So that's really cool. I love the printing on that guy. It looks awesome. Then you got those evil little minions right there who look adorable but also really funny. And then you got that big Balrog like guy at the end who looks really cool. So honestly, when I first saw Nexo Knights, the preliminaries, I wasn't hyped, but now I'm kind of hyped for Nexo Knights. Bring it on. I'll see the TV show. I saw some clips from the TV show and stuff like that. Looks fun. It looks like they're not taking themselves as seriously as Chima did, because like a lot of Chima's promotional videos took itself too seriously, and the show was so unbalanced. It would have serious moments, and then it would have funny, like really goofy moments, and then there was like I don't know. I that was just based off of the few episodes I saw in the first season, which I used to review those. Maybe I'll review Nexo Knights episodes. But this looks really fun. It looks a little bit, I guess, like Ninjago's type of humor and stuff like that, which I haven't really seen Ninjago, honestly. But we'll see how Nexo Knights turns out. So that's really it for Nexo Knights. I know there's one funny kind of clip they put out where they made fun of the original Knights from 1990 or 1978, I believe it is. It's 1978 when the first castle set was released, and the ones with the stickers on them, they just wrecked it. Like they made fun of it. I'm castle fans literally BTFO, like they're crying, like oh my gosh. Like the ones who like the original stuff, because they really made fun of them there, but they didn't make fun of the really good stuff from the 80s and 90s. So it was all cool. So yeah, interested in this show, liking the set so far, loving the minifigures. I think the minifigures are awesome. Yeah, I like them even more than Chima minifigures, because Chima minifigures look so detailed, but those animal heads and stuff like that kind of they're really useless now in my opinion. But yeah, that's it for now. I'll see you guys later.